Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. If you've been following the channel recently, you know that I'm on vacation. And so I'm out of the normal studio, different backdrop obviously. And well, the first short that I recorded after I got here was about the guns that I travel with or that I chose to bring on this trip, which is a driving trip. So I didn't have to deal with airlines or anything like that. And I got a lot of comments of people asking, why do you need all this when you're traveling? Because I had 3 firearms. My P365 that I carry with me everywhere, every day. My 300 Blackout suppressed short-barreled rifle. And my Springfield Prodigy 2011. Well, I've decided to do a short series on each of these guns and why I brought them with me on this trip. And today's video is going to be about the Prodigy. So the short answer as to why I brought 3 guns, 2 handguns, and a rifle platform, an SBR, is because I can. It was a driving trip, and it doesn't take up much room in the vehicle. But there are actual, real reasons for each one of them. Now, the reasons for, my carry pistol are pretty self-explanatory. It's my EDC. It goes with me everywhere. So why would I bring a second handgun? Well, there's a few reasons. But I want to start with this is I just put out a video about my P365 and about how I'm just not as confident with this pistol as I am with some of my bigger pistols, specifically this one. And so that is the first and the main reason, is that just in case I ever found myself in some type of situation, well, I would rather have a handgun that I feel very confident with. And I do feel very confident with this pistol. If you've seen any of the other videos I've done on this, I can shoot this very well. I can shoot it well at distance, and I can shoot it fast up close. And there are many reasons for that. For one, it is a 1911 platform, and most people shoot 1911s better than other guns, myself included. And that has to do with a lot of things. One of them being the 1911 grip angle is just extremely pointable. The ergonomics of this thing are fantastic. It feels great in your hand. It's got a nice double undercut and a trigger guard. The grip feels fantastic. It's super grippy when you bear down on it. It's a fairly large gun, even though this is the commander length 4 1/4 inch model as compared to a 5-inch government 1911. But besides that, it has a trigger that is just absolutely amazing. And it came with a good trigger, 1911 trigger, but I sent this one off to Skip's Guns to have him work his magic on. And besides changing out all the internals to EGW stuff, the actual trigger shoe to an Atlas shoe, it's got a lighter recoil spring, lighter mainspring, and the trigger now is about 2 pounds and as crisp as can be. And that just makes it really, really easy to shoot well. I love this pistol. So besides the grip angle, the double undercut, the ergonomics, the trigger, another reason I can shoot this gun really well is because it has a red dot sight mounted on it. And iron sights are great. I can shoot iron sights really well. My regular 1911 is just a standard 1911 with iron sights, and I can shoot it great. But you cannot deny modern technology. And with a gun like this, you put that dot on your target, and as long as your trigger pull is decent, you're gonna hit your target. And you can be target focused rather than having to line up front and rear sight and focus on your front sight and blur the rear sight and the target itself. If I was in a defensive situation with this gun, literally just put the dot on the target, on the threat, pull the trigger, and I'm gonna have effective hits. And I wish I felt the same way with my P365, but I don't. The P365 takes more work to shoot well. This gun does not. It is very easy to shoot this well. And anybody that has shot a 2011 style gun just knows that it makes you feel like a better shooter than you even really are. I mean, obviously your fundamentals matter, you know, practice, training, all of that stuff. But if you shoot a gun like this, you're almost guaranteed to shoot it well. And so if I did find myself in some kind of situation, I would like a gun that I feel very confident with. And besides that, it has 20 round magazine capacity, 20 plus 1. That is a lot of rounds of good self-defense ammo. This is Spear Gold Dot, and these are great 9mm rounds, very effective, and this gun shoots them very easily. Besides that, it's got a light. A light is extremely important, and at the moment, until I build this thing out, my carry gun does not have a light at the moment. So if something happened here at nighttime, it sure is nice to be able to positively identify whether something is a target or not. And a light really helps with that. And then the other thing, maybe the most important thing, is reliability. And while I know that when these Prodigies first came out, that some of the first people that got them had some reliability issues, well, I waited like a year, and once Springfield had fixed all those issues is when I purchased my Prodigy, and I have had no reliability issues. This has been as reliable or more reliable than any of my other handguns, and that includes Glocks and M&Ps. This thing is super reliable, and I've tested it with this Spear Gold Dot ammo, because sometimes you'll get a gun that'll run full metal jacket rounds just fine, but have issues cycling and feeding hollow points. Well, I specifically chose these gold dots because this gun runs them really well. It actually did have a little bit of an issue with Federal HST hollow points, where every once in a while, if I would rack the slide, it would kind of get caught on the feeder amp. Now that was before I had my feeder amp polished by Skip's gun, so maybe that's not an issue anymore, but either way, I found a defensive ammo that works in this gun before I got that work done anyway, and I know that it still works in this gun because every once in a while I go through a magazine of it just to make sure, because I want to know that if I do need to use this in a defensive situation, that it is going to do what it's supposed to do. So besides all of those logical reasons why this makes more sense in a defensive situation than my carry pistol, if I'm in a situation where I have time to get it, you know, and I am up here on this trip for 2 whole weeks. And so, you know, kind of a similar situation as my setup at home, where I do have this at the ready where I am right now. But besides all that, it's a very fun gun to shoot. And that's another thing. I'm visiting family up here, and I figure that if they want to go out shooting, I want to be able to bring something that they're going to enjoy shooting and that's going to be fun. And this is that. I have not had anyone yet shoot this gun and not enjoy it, because it just makes you feel like you could shoot really well. And so even for somebody, a family member, like my brother is staying here with us right now. He doesn't go shooting all the time like I do. But if he took this gun out and shot it, he would feel like a pro. And that's a lot more fun than taking out a little tiny, you know, subcompact and having trouble hitting the target. And so for that reason too, I might as well have something that's fun to shoot, right? And this is fun to shoot. And, you know, it's not huge. I can literally fit the whole package, including a couple of extra magazines, just in this little carrying case that Springfield provides when you buy it, and throw it in my backpack. So why not bring a better handgun, or at least, in my opinion, a more shootable, more confident feeling handgun than my carry gun? So there are your reasons as to why I brought a second pistol with me on this trip, and specifically as to why I brought this pistol compared to any of my other ones. Now, later on this week on Friday, because I am uploading my same exact video schedule as I would do at home. I will have a video as to why I brought the suppressed 300 blackout SBR, because there's some similar reasons, but also some totally different reasons as to why I brought this. And most of the comments were, why would you bring a rifle platform with you on a trip? Well, for one, because I can. And the rest of the reasons, I'll tell you in Friday's video. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up. Please make sure you're subscribed to Sawtooth Tactical. That's a huge help to me. And leave me a comment. Let me know if you travel, especially if you're on like a road trip and you're not flying or something. Do you bring extra guns with you besides your carry gun? I would love to know. And if you think I'm totally crazy, well, let me know that down in the comments too. I answer every comment. I love interacting with you guys. And from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.